The previous owner, I think, used an impact or something. They over tightened it when they were putting it in. Alright, what's up guys? I am about to run to O'Reilly's factory turn the battery that I bought for the RX-8 because obviously I don't need that anymore. And I also need to pick up some hardware for the front end for the Jeep and a soldering gun and all that because it's the one thing I don't have that I always need. Alright guys, so we're back home and I'm currently getting the Jeep up on some jack stands, getting these tires off. That way we can run up to Discount Tire and get some new tires. Guys, so we are off to Discount Tire with the precious cargo. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. We will see, but it shouldn't. So here we go. Alrighty guys, so the tires, I just dropped them off. I could get a glimpse of new ones. They're actually really sweet. I'm glad I went with those ones. And we are going to head up to AutoZone now to get the rest of the stuff. And I got to put some oil in my stepdad's truck because the oil level low light came on. So that is where we're headed next. Alright guys, so we're back from AutoZone and I actually picked up a low profile jack for the RX-8 because my regular jack wouldn't fit under it. And even with the low profile jack, I had to dig a hole in the ground. So I needed to get this wheel on. It was just sitting on a piece of wood because we need to roll it up a little farther while it sits waiting for a rebuild, which that's actually going to start here probably pretty soon. I'm going to start disassembly, and you know, we're getting new oil coolers, oil lines, coolant hoses. Literally everything that can be new is going to be new for the motor and all of the things that surround it. So starting here pretty soon, we're going to start disassembly on that. And now we're going to hop over there because I need to figure out these headlights. Alright, so here is the factory, well, not factory, this is whatever the previous owner had rigged up for the headlights. And basically I just have to cut all these off, and I'm going to cut here and feed into that because it's just going to make my life a whole lot easier. This will just plug right into the headlights. So we're going to get started on that. I got my tools and, you know, whatever else I'm going to end up needing. Alrighty guys, so it's all hooked up. Got the low beams on right now. I'm gonna set you guys up here and we'll try the high beams real quick before we shut it back off. Oh yeah, very nice.
A spaceship or something.
Now that we got those running, I'm going to try and get this front end on, test fit it, make sure everything matches up. And then after that, we're going to bring the blinkers out here, get those put in, and then we will be off to O'Reilly's to get some blinker bulbs and hopefully off to Discount to pick up the tires. We'll see, not 100% sure, but let's get moving. Alright, what's up guys? Ooh, can you see me? I don't know. But, just got some new tires for the Jeep. They're in the back, as you can see. Big old meats. So we're gonna run home and throw those on. And then tomorrow we're gonna pick right up where we left off, finish up everything on the front end, and she's drivable. Alright guys, so it's the next morning, and yesterday when I was running the Jeep, I found that the lights just got dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until they shut off. So I came out here this morning, did a little bit of digging, and I found that I do have a bad alternator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off, go up to O'Reilly's, get a new one, and hopefully come back and have a running Jeep. Alright guys, so I wasn't really able to film because you can't even really see where the alternator is no matter where I put the camera, but it goes right there, and as you can see, that snapped really bad. The previous owner, I think, used an impact or something. They over tightened it when they were putting it in. When I started taking it out, it just snapped. I heard a big pop and I look up and it was in pieces. So I have the alternator out. And it's in the truck. About to head up to O'Reilly's to get a new one. They have it in stock. But this thing is absolutely trashed from all the mudding they did. You can't even really see that there's copper inside anymore. It's all just black coils. So it's probably a good thing it's coming out, even if it's not the problem. But I'm like 100% sure that's the problem. So we are going to get to O'Reilly's, get that alternator, throw it in, and hopefully have a running Jeep. Alright guys, so just got done at O'Reilly's. I have the alternator and some oil for the truck. That should be good. Hopefully the Jeep runs. I gotta change the oil on the truck, so I'll catch you guys back at the house. We are back home. Some Valvoline oil and a new alternator. Alright guys, so I'm back at the house with the new alternator, and we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the Jeep now. Shouldn't take too long. Should go in easier than it comes out. Alright guys, so the alternator is in. Super excited about that. I just got a couple more things I got to put together. I had to go grab a socket from the tool shed. But other than that, we should be good to go. Just got to tighten up this fan and give it a first start. So here's what the new alternator looks like. Definitely a lot better than the last one. What killed the last one, I think, is actually when I picked this thing up, it had a dead battery, and I drove quite a ways with that dead battery. So it was really stressing out the alternator. That's usually how they go. So I'm going to get this sucker started and make sure everything's running right. But I think the alternator was because of me, but I think it was going anyways. So we have a running Jeep. It took me a minute. It didn't want to idle. Not quite sure why, but it's running now. Idling fine. Lights aren't getting any dimmer. Nice and smooth. Couldn't be happier. So hopefully, there's a good view of these lights. But they're actually pretty good. They're pretty bright even in the daylight. So I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be just fine. Alright guys, so that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. We have a running Jeep. I'm gonna be driving it to work tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week, so I'll be able to let you guys know how that goes. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Any suggestions for what to do to this Jeep, anything, you know, for what's next. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.